Hi, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to take part in this year's conference. I am sorry, of course, that I could not be there in person, but I'm delighted to have the opportunity to talk to you about my plans for the advertising sector whilst I am Secretary of State. DCMS, as a department, is known as a broad church from digital and tech to telecoms to sport. But one of the most important parts of my brief is, of course, promoting and supporting the UK's world-renowned creative industries, and advertising is a central part of those industries. In fact, we are the European capital of advertising, with a sector worth a total turnover of £38 billion. And that's no surprise, given that this small island has historically been home to and continues to be home to some of the most creative people on the planet. You see it in every industry, from the total dominance of last year's music charts by British acts like Harry Styles and Ed Sheeran. You see it in film and TV with countless British writers and producers and actors flying the flag for the UK in Hollywood right now during the awards season. And you see it in advertising. This is an area where creatives have always pushed those boundaries, and of course they continue to do so. From television to TikTok, not just entertaining audiences, but addressing some of the issues that we as a society care most about. We saw it over Christmas, with all the ads focusing on the cost of living. And two of the most memorable ads for me last year that really struck out were both from the anti-suicide charity campaign against living miserably. Two really powerful ads about loneliness and suicide, done in such a compelling and accessible way. And that's advertising at its best. So it is great to see the industry bouncing back so strongly from COVID. In 2021, the UK ad market, in fact, hit a huge $31.9 billion in ad spend. That is a year-on-year increase of 34.3%, so really strong figures. But I know that it is still a difficult time economically for businesses and households across the country. And one of the most important things that I can do as Secretary of State is make sure that our advertising and the rest of our creative industries continue to thrive in the coming months and continue to be the envy of the world, and as a result, continue to drive UK growth. And so I'd like to briefly set out for everyone today at Lead just how I intend to do that. First, it's worth me saying that you have a real ally in me. Not just because I value the worth of the industry to society, but because I used to work in marketing myself. And it wasn't too far away from the world of advertising. It did involve managing several advertising campaigns. And the second thing worth noting is that as Secretary of State, I'm going to approach every single challenge that I face through the lens of common sense and base all of my decisions on the evidence in front of me. That's the type of minister that I am. And it's what motivated me when I made my recent decision not to proceed with the sale of Channel 4. In coming to that decision, I took a careful look at the business case for a sale, the long-term sustainability of Channel 4, and the wider economic outlook. Instead of a sale, I secured an agreement with Channel 4 on an alternative package of measures, ones that will boost its long-term sustainability, whilst Channel 4 doubles its investment in both jobs outside of London and also, crucially, training for people all over the country, which will help the creative sector at large. So it's a really positive outcome for Channel 4 and the wider creative industries. And that is the common sense approach that is going to guide me when it comes to advertising. As you all know, we're taking a closer look at online advertising to make sure that regulation is fit for purpose in a digital age. The consultation for the online advertising programme closed in June, and I'm sure that many of you input into that. And we were delighted from the levels of engagement from stakeholders, and we are planning to publish our response in due course. However, I can tell you that it is clear that we do need to do more to tackle illegal advertising online and protect our children, just as we have been doing in our groundbreaking, world-leading online safety bill. But I know that you have been self-regulating for 60 years, and you've done a brilliant job at protecting consumers over those 60 decades. So I do want to take this opportunity to reassure everyone that any changes we will make will build on and complement the existing self-regulatory regime. and that they will focus on tackling the most significant and concerning illegal harms. We don't want to add any pressures or uncertainty during what is already a challenging time for the wider economy. Those are some of my priorities, but I have left the most important one to last. For me, the best way that we can support not just the advertising sector, but the entire creative industries is to target our energies on one particular thing, and that is giving people the skills to join these industries. We are in a very fortunate position of having a booming creative economy. Our challenge now is to help people fill all of those jobs. We're already working with industry through things like the Creative Careers Program to help children across the country understand the breadth of careers open to them in the creative industries. We're also working closely with the Department for Education to increase the take-up of creative apprenticeships, funding 5 pilots with the likes of Amazon, the BBC and Netflix. And I look forward to responding to the recommendations of the Good Work Review, which is coming soon from the Creative Industries Policy and Evidence Centre. But I do want to go further. So soon, I will be laying out in the creative industries sector vision just how by 2030, the government will deliver a new generation of highly skilled workers and at the same time give the current workforce new opportunities to retrain and learn new skills. This is where the economy is heading, and it is why I often say that DCMS is the Department of Future Jobs. That is my main priority, and I really look forward to working with you to get all of this done. So I hope that that gives you a flavour of what I want to do over the next 2 years. As Secretary of State, one of my duties is to protect the things that make our country great. And our world-renowned creative industries are right up there at the top of the list. So thank you once again for giving me the opportunity to speak with you today. And I hope that you have a great rest of the conference. Thank you.